now feel that change and innovation is needed. Many are not satisfied with the way things are being run. Here to tell us more about what's going on with the people of Europe is John Smith.
Thank you for having me today.
Thank you for being here. It was brought to our attention that many nobles believe that a power struggle has arose.
Yes, we strongly believe that a restoration of legal privileges should take place.
We understand that nobles aren't the only ones who feel this way. Why do you think this is?
Yes, many peasants agree with us. I feel that our legal privileges are being taken away by the growing monarchical bureaucracies.
Can you tell us more about the peasants? Explain to us their perspective.
Sure, the peasants want the restoration of their customary rights, meaning they want access to particular lands, courts, and grievance procedures. They intend to achieve this through riots.
Wow. What are your thoughts on the sense of rank and degree becoming more rigid recently?
I think it is very true. In several continental cities, laws regulating the dress of different classes remain on the books.
Nobleman John Smith, thank you for being here and giving us your input.
My pleasure.
In any given country, noblemen consist of less than 5% of the population, yet they always seem to have the most political, economic, and social power. We go to our reporter live in Great Britain to talk about what's going on there.
We're seeing here in Great Britain a larger increase in the influence of the aristocracy than in many other countries. Not only do nobles control the House of Lords, but through shady dealings and corruption of the electoral system, we're beginning to see them control the House of Commons as well. This means that the aristocracy controls almost all of Parliament. I think in due time we may see a Great Britain ruled not really by the people, but by the upper class. Back to you.
Thank you, Richard. The aristocracy in England is rapidly increasing their power like the nobility is all throughout Europe. They are working harder than ever to keep monarchs in check. It is harder to become a noble. Important positions are reserved in the military and the church for the nobility. Their institutions are used to check the powers of monarchs, and they gain further exemptions from taxes. This movement has been called the aristocratic resurgence. I believe that aristocracy will be a major thorn in the sides of rulers trying to rule absolutely for many years to come.
Have you heard of the spinning jenny?
Yeah, I have.
No, not that kind of spinning jenny.
Then what kind?
The kind that can change your life.
Change my life? How?
Well, the spinning jenny allows you to turn wool and cotton into yarn in less time and energy than before. One of its best features is the patent-pending multiple spool function that lets you use up to 8 spools at once.
Really?
Really?
I gotta go tell the whole world about the spinning jenny!
It seems that around Europe we are seeing a dramatic change in the behavior of serfs, who we all know are the plow horses of each country's existence. Russia is also having a very difficult time dealing with their peasants. Here to shed some light is Boris.
Peasants feel that they do not have any rights at all. They dislike the favoritism and other practices shown by Peter and Catherine the Great. Small rebellions are rising furiously, and one of the most brutal examples is the Pugachev Rebellion, which occurred shortly after the crowning of Catherine II. I believe that they need to be stopped before more nobles get hurt, and am in favor of our government.
Now, Russia isn't the only place with movements against the government. There have been a series of poachings going on in England. Now on to James to shed some light on the situation.
We know that England has recently imposed the game laws, which restricts hunting to specific areas that favor the upper classes. Instead of revolts, we have poachers by the handful, with a thriving black market for anything related to the field. It's brother against brother as one person tries to pin an enormous fine on the other. It is still unclear as to what Parliament will do. Families are very vulnerable and can easily dissolve. It is challenging to avoid becoming dependent on charity, relatives, crime, or begging. Individuals must be willing to make sacrifices to benefit the family unit. Today we're going to reveal some information and tips about how to keep your family afloat.
The family unit is very important. It is nearly impossible to survive independently, so everyone in the household must work and add to the family income.
All members of farming families must work to help produce agricultural goods. However, most of you living on farms do not have sufficient enough amounts of land. A possible solution to the situation is to send out a few family members to find work and send wages home.
It is actually very common for mothers and children to work on the farms while fathers earn money as migrant workers.
If the man of your family is an artisan, this next information is for you.
The father is the chief artisan in the family and has children and servants work with him. He should train the oldest child in his trade and have his wife sell his products.
When business is slow, look for work elsewhere to help your family survive.
Working together is imperative to ensure that your family survives challenges such as poor harvests and economic downturns.
Live from Western Europe, I am Pierre, and this is Marie, here to shed light on her life as a woman. Marie, tell us about your childhood.
Girls were put to work at the tender age of 7. It was awful. Depending on her parents' profession, to go and help run the family farm, do housework, or learn craft skills. I worked on the family farm, but my family was able to complete the work alone, and my labor was soon of no use. They sent me to work as a servant in a nearby city, and I aimed to accumulate a dowry. This took me many years to do so. I did not get married to my late 20s.
Oh, any comments on marriage?
Oh my goodness! Marriage is almost a necessity because women are rarely economically independent. Once I got married, my main focus was earning enough money. My husband and I, we tried to limit the number of children we had, and child rearing was not as important to us as economic success. Excuse me. We lived in the city, and I managed the household and helped run the family business.
Were you ever faced with any economic hardships?
Sadly, we became very poor, so I sent my family members to find work elsewhere. We even ended up begging on the streets.
And
Excuse me.
Does being a woman ever affect how you've been treated?
Yes, of course. I am barred from education, excuse me, and many occupations, and I am not paid as much as men are.
Thank you, Marie.
Excuse me. Thank you.
As innovations are rapidly being introduced into English and Dutch farming, peasants are rioting to protect their traditional agricultural methods to ensure steady local food supply. Population is rapidly increasing. Bread and grain prices are steadily rising and are in turn ruining peasant and artisan families. But for landowners and the wealthy, this is an opportunity for making huge profits. Now on to William, live in Cambridge, Netherlands.
That's right, Pierre. If you're like Cornelius Vermeulen, then you can build better dikes and drain thousands of acres to land to make them more usable.
Thank you, but what's going on in England?
It's breaking out everywhere around us as the social and economic situation is in turmoil. New agricultural innovations are against every traditional farming idea we've been using. Iron plows, planting seeds with drills, using new potato crops, crop rotation systems, and animal breeding methods cause increased manure for fertilizer, more animal fodder, livestock, and land to be used for longer. But all these new methods are contradictory to traditional methods.
We caught some pictures of several wealthy landowners paying a visit to Parliament last night, no doubt to ask for acts to be passed to allow land to have enclosures. These enclosures, or fenced-in areas that increase food production and better ration the land, are also destroying small communities, independent farmers, and cottage dwellers.
So the question you all have to face is, are you in favor of these new innovations or not?
Hi, Millie Bayes here. Is your horse giving you problems? Are you constantly stepping in horse excrement? Well, I have the solution. It's the brand new steam engine. It's fast, it's stylish, it's the bee's knees. For all your transportation and mining needs, it's what you need to be using. Look at me, running. I'm tired though. You don't have to be tired when you take a steam engine. You sit in comfort the entire trip. Buy one today.
And now on to the Industrial Revolution. There have been many new inventions rising all over Europe, inventions such as the water frame, the power loom, and the spinning jenny. But one invention that has proven most influential has been the steam engine, which was perfected by James Watt in 1769. This stunning invention aids the everyday citizen in their work. Watt's steam engine uses steam power to run textile machinery, and factories can now be easily located in urban areas. This new invention now provides the first source of steady and unlimited supply of power. The steam power relies on mineral energy that never runs out. Watt's invention is now a new means of efficient work.
Thank you for joining us today. Everyone thinks that I'm saying thank you to them, but I'm really just saying it to you. Marriage is almost a necessity because women are rarely economic. Excuse me. Husband and I tried to limit the number of children. Excuse me. Child rearing was not as important to us as economics. Focus was earning enough money. Excuse me. Oh. Right. No, go.
Oh, she started?
Yes, she started. Every time we stopped. Husband and I tried to limit the number of children we had, and children rearing was not Trying to limit the number of children we had, and child rearing was not as important to us as economic success. Excuse me. We lived in the city, and I managed the household and helped run the family business.
You really asked
Are you still going?
Important to us as economic success. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Tell us more about what's going on with the people of Europe is John Smith.
What? I'm doing good, guys.
I like to get that. Hi, Billy Mays here. Oh, God. It's what you need to be using. I don't remember what happens after that.
That was a go. Are you going?
That was a go?
That was a go. That's a go.
That's
It's
a
a
go.
go, okay?
This is a go
No.
now.
It's a go. No.
Going all the way.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I'm too far away, Pam. Riots are breaking out. That's not even so far.
That's not
All
English.
right, that was really
Can we
bad.
just say it normally?
No, let me
You
just
get
try
the
one more
Norway
time.
job.
Try one more time. One more time. I can do it.
Thank you, but what's going on in England? No! I forgot a word.
Is that part of the script? Oh, never mind.
This movement to reduce the power of monarchs has been called the
Refrain from giving me sugar because I don't eat sugar often, so then it's like coming out.
Oh, you look nice, Pooja.
Thank you, Nod.
Okay.